Telecom and mFire. Gangplank is going to be the first ban here.
And yeah, SK Telecom, they've been preferring to run these big scaling compositions, Tahm Kench top with or blue Ezreal or mid Gangplank.
Yeah.
Over the course of this season, and that's actually led to a very interesting statistic, which is that they're actually 8th in gold differential at 15 minutes at -672. Now, in spite of the fact that they have won most of their games, but this just shows that they've been trying to play for these big late-game hyper carries, and they've been building compositions that basically protect Bang or protect 2 AD carries, depending on the position, whether it's Corki with an AD carry like Lucian in the bottom lane, or Corki mid and Lucian, or Kindred and whatever Bang's going to be playing. So it's been interesting to see how they've decided they're going to operate in this meta. I'm not convinced that it is ideal, especially when we watch teams like KT and the Tigers, who look a little bit more on the ball.
Yeah, we'll see.
Even Janair.
True. A lot of season left to figure all that out. Corki will be the third ban for SK Telecom. And what will be the last ban from mFire? There's a lot of good picks open. Obviously, Lysandra is still available. And it's going to be the Poppy ban. Well, Poppy has certainly been a powerful pick around the world, and that means it's going to be an L-Star pickup first for SKT.
Yeah. We'll see if mFire is actually going to take the Lysandra. They have run it in the mid lane for Edge previously. Faker, a very good Lysandra player in his own right. Crush taking a look at that Nidalee combined with the Tahm Kench for a bit of frontline and protection there.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll just want to take the Tahm Kench away, but with the Kalista still available, I would be kind of leaning in that direction, because giving Bang Kalista is never a good idea.
It's very true. Wouldn't be surprised to see them grab it right away. And Elise Kalista. Yep, looks like that's what it's going to be, and that should not be surprising at all. Blank on Elise is a very powerful pick too. That leaves Crush for that Nidalee. Huh. So it's going to be interesting to see what mFire can get going. I mean, with the Nidalee, do you expect some sort of siege comp?
Yeah, we could see that, but they'd have to be interested probably in taking something like a Lucian here or an Ezreal.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you want to try scaling against SKT. That may not be the best strategy when it comes to beating them, considering that's how they have preferred to play the game, and they are no slouch in the late game.
True. Well, with Corki banned out as well, that kind of takes away some of your sieging options, unless you're going to go like Jace or something in the mid lane.
Yeah, Bang is 16-1 all-time on Kalista.
It's pretty good.
You know, not too shabby, a 94% win rate on that pick.
When was his first Kalista loss? Was that at Worlds?
Yes.
That's what I thought. Yeah. Trundle Ezreal. All right.
So they are going to take the Ezreal in combination with the Nidalee. So, like you said, Doa, they are going to be setting up a poke comp, but Trundle and Tahm Kench are both flex picks, so we don't know exactly what their top laner is going to be yet. So SKT is going to have to pick with both of those champions in mind, and Duke could just take a Fiora falling very far down the draft, and
well, this would be a lot of damage.
He's not going to blind pick the Zed, unfortunately. Bang just playing around right now.
Well, the LeBlanc is a little bit safer.
Lysandra's still available. Definitely pick on the safer side.
He's just kind of scrolling through. He's like, well, I play like a billion different champions, so what should I take today? I don't know if I like the Cassiopeia a lot. Yeah. We've heard some rumors about Syndra, the TF is something that we've seen a lot of lately, and that's what it's going to be. Twisted Fate and Fiora, the final two picks for SK Telecom.
I mean, the TF works very nicely in conjunction with the Elise, so they have a team composition here that can really dive the bottom side very effectively. But it does mean that he's confident that he's not going to get an assassin picked into him or have trouble with Edge. Edge has never really been an assassin player, and they could take the Lux here and go for a big-time siege and disengage composition. They have the Trundle Pillar available.
I think I like the Lux a little bit better than the Xerath. It's all said and done.
Yeah, I think they're going to take Lux here. It does make the most sense of their composition. They have a lot of zone control. They have a lot of ways to save with the Tahm Kench. I personally don't like Nidalee. I think it's overkill in a lot of these poke compositions. I don't think you need it, and I think it's more helpful to have an extra jungler that is available for peel with like a Varus Corki or a Varus Ezreal or a Lux Ezreal, whatever you're going to pick composition. They're going to go for the Nidalee, and And they are going to lock in the Lux, so should be pretty safe farming in the mid lane for both players. And Cleanse will be taken by Edge.
This
Very
just-
smart versus Cocoon Gold card.
This just seems, though, like the opposite of what you want to do against SK Telecom if you're one of the newer teams in the league. We already know that SK Telecom has a fairly weak early game right now. So if you want to play a comp that goes a little bit longer, I don't think that's a good idea because you're kind of playing it right into when SKT comes alive, aren't you?
Yeah, I think that might be an issue for them, definitely, Doa. But if they can set up a siege, that'll be, that could work for them. But they do have Wolf, Faker, and Duke to create flanks here. And that's going to be hard to do against a team as good as SK Telecom. Now, Faker is 6-2 all-time on Twisted Fate. You may say, okay, well, it's a 75% win rate. That's pretty good. It is good, Doa. But actually, Twisted Fate is, I think, one of my least favorite champions to watch Faker play. He's actually not a very good Twisted Fate player, honestly, especially if you compare him to some of the kind of long-term TF gods that have existed in Korea, like Dade or Pawn or Fly. These guys, or Mickey, these guys are all much better TF players than Faker is. We haven't seen him play it in a while, but I'm curious to see if he's improved on that pick.
I think all we need to do to make Faker one of those TF players is just to tell him that, though. Like if we tell Faker, hey, you're really not one of the best TF players, he's gonna be like, what? And his eyes turn red, and his muscles get like 3 times bigger, and he suddenly becomes that TF player.
Oh, I hope he has already. I hope I don't need to tell him that.
Well, we're gonna find out. SK Telecom versus mFire, game number 1. Let's get in the game. All right, welcome once again to Summoner's Rift. SK Telecom versus mFire, who does not get a cheer today, apparently. Poor mFire.
Watch is gone, Najin is gone, therefore
It's true.
they have no fans anymore. So it's time for some more fun Faker facts. So,
Okay, let's hear it.
so Faker, as a player, only has a below 50% win rate on 2 champions that he has played more than once.
Wow.
Can you guess what they are?
I'm gonna guess one of them.
I think you can get one of them. It was a pick that was very popular at the beginning of last year that he was never very good at.
Xerath?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very good.
Okay, I got that one. I remember that.
You won't get the other one. It's Ziggs.
Ziggs. I was gonna guess that. No joke.
Oh, really?
I was actually gonna
Wow.
say that. I'm not
Great
just telling
memory.
you that. Yeah. Well, I can at least remember what Faker's bad on.
Yeah, and
It's a lot
his-
less to remember, really.
His Ziggs record is 1-2, so all he has to do is play one more game with Ziggs and win with it, and then it'll only be Xerath. Xerath, he is 2-6,
You know,
or 2-5. So, but he was really not a very good Xerath player.
No, they kept picking it into really, really bad.
Oh, they would
matchups,
blind pick
too.
it all the
Yeah.
time. It was awful.
No, that definitely stands out in my mind as one of some of the worst pick ban that we've seen in Champions.
Yeah, it was pretty dark for SK Telecom in terms of
was.
their draft at the beginning
Yeah.
of last year.
And then they went and won Worlds.
Yep. Well, that's what SKT does, you know.
Pretty much. So we'll see how Faker does. He landed that gold card. That's a tough skill to
Yeah,
hit
I
with.
mean,
That's a
stuns.
that's a hard one.
The
man.
hardest.
Good job. He learned that by playing Rise. Yep.
All right, so we do have lane swap here, and Blank is going to be found out by Cougar. Duke actually has to retreat into the jungle.
Cougar's
And
taking a lot of damage. Okay, puts down the pillar, but man.
I didn't see if he actually got one of those small camps or not.
Well, he would have 1 CS if he did, and he does, so I think he did.
Yes, he did.
Yeah.
So just being annoying.
Yes, he is.
Has to be careful, though. Has already hit level 2, so he is up on Duke. This early point in the game, and we're going to get an option on that. Duke going to hit level 2 off the Wolf camp, and now Hippo wandering to lick a tower in the top side.
You.
You really shouldn't lick the tower. Good thing the winter map isn't here anymore, Doa, because then he would get stuck to the tower.
That's true. Have you ever done that? Have you
Yes.
ever gotten your tongue stuck to? I've never had that happen to me personally, but I've had friends that I've seen in person have that happen.
You would just never admit to it, Doa.
No, what happened to me, I opened a car door when it was like really cold once, and my hand stuck to the car door. That was not fun.
What happened to your hand? How'd you get it off?
I pulled really hard
Ouch.
and lost some skin. Yeah. That was not fun.
All right, Crush here.
Uh-oh.
Waiting in the wings. Faker.
Yeah, trying to gank Faker here. Lands the spear. Faker taking a lot of damage. Doesn't need, though, to use any of his summoners.
Yeah, really good knowledge there from Faker. Just takes the spear right to the face, doesn't try and avoid it.
Yeah.
And is not able to be killed. Faker has opted for Ghost this game instead of Teleport.
I think if he would have tried to dodge that spear, any sort of backtracking would have put him in a position where he could have been hit by light binding a little bit easier, and that would have resulted in a lot more damage in the long run. So
I think you are right, Mr. Doa.
Good choices by Faker. Something we see quite a bit of.
Yeah, you know, just the best player ever to play this game.
Pretty much.
Okay, so you see Fiora a little bit later on the turret kill, and that's going to result in Sol and Luger getting here very early, and Blank doing a little bit of counter jungling. They are going to back out now, and there goes the tower. Fiora getting a little bit of a freeze, but this is actually very advantageous for Hippo because he's going to get a lot more time to farm up in this top side, but he's playing a catch-up game when it comes to CS.
Yeah.
So Duke playing the Fiora. Of course, is one of Marin's best champions at the World Championship.
Yep, very true. And it's a champion, I think, that fits very well into Duke's play style. So he should do just fine on it. But against this duo lane, it's a little bit tougher.
I just like that we're seeing something different from SKT this game. They're opting for more split pushing in this one. This looks like something you would see KT run, as opposed to SKT, who has just been really trying to help Bang carry or allow Bang to carry so far in this season. Just really prioritizing the Tahm Kench and the mid GP, which they haven't looked too terribly strong with. And now they're just trying something different. Playing with some more globals, trying to create some more map pressure.
Pretty much. Faker pretty even on CS in the mid lane, slight lead. Here comes Cougar.
He's just
showing
here
up.
to shout and put some ice on the ground.
That's right. Yo, you want some ice?
No, I don't want any ice. It's very cold in Seoul right now.
Well, still though, if you're drinking a frosty beverage inside, a little bit of ice isn't bad.
Yeah, but they're outside, presumably.
Well, yeah.
I assume Summoner's Rift is outside.
Clearly it's not very cold. Well, it could be all inside. It could be like the Hunger Games, where it's kind of like, oh no, was the Hunger Games inside or outside? I don't know. I only saw the first one. I wasn't really paying attention.
But what else is new?
I'm like, they don't seem very hungry. They're all in really good shape. I don't know.
Yeah, they don't seem hungry.
No.
Doesn't even really look like they're playing a game. They're just like running around in some woods.
Doesn't look like a game I'd want to play. A lot of people keep dying. This does not look like a fun game. That Santa Claus guy should think of some new games.
No, Hunger Games is really just the worst version of Battle Royale.
Yeah, I mean, that's true.
Just straight up true, right?
But
you can't even argue with it.
But did Battle Royale have that many sequels? No, it didn't have any sequels.
Yeah, thank God.
But nobody knows that. Some people know that. Well, Duke still farming, and Hippo's gotten a chance to catch up now.
Yeah, I mean,
Getting a little bit
Cougar's
of help from Cougar.
Cougar's been helping in this top side, and both of these top laners really just having an easy time free farming, but they want to prevent the dive early onto Hippo. So have Cougar up there, and this Ezreal too. We've seen a lot of teams do this, where they put the blue Ezreal, particularly the Tigers. The Rocks Tigers really like to do this, is to put the blue Ezreal in a lane swap in the solo lane, just so he can start getting level advantages. And then switch Gorilla, or in this case, Cougar, up into the top side to be with the top laner instead. So they're really prioritizing the scaling on Ezreal's abilities.
Right. And
they're playing for the late game. They're saying, okay, we're not going to accelerate this with some really fast turret trades. We're going to slow the pace of this game down. We're not going to create these massive back and forth freezes that you get with two long lanes in the side, and instead just play a very controlled farming game where we can get this Ezreal where we need him to be.
You know, we have seen a little bit more lately of the lane swapping that doesn't result in the top turrets on both sides, or the top and bottom turrets on both sides going down really fast.
Yeah, and many of those games are Ezreal games, you will notice. Right. So Crush here comes in to grab his red buff and then pounce away right before Wolf and Blank collapse on him, and here's the play we might see. Hippo is trying to recall right now. Bank's going to have to stop him, and there we go. He's going to stop him, and Hippo is not in a good position.
Yeah, it's diving time. He flashes right away. Wolf comes in with the headbutt. Doesn't land that pulverize, though, and yeah, that was a bit awkward.
That was a big mechanical misplay. Wolf and Blank. So Wolf missed his pulverize, and Blank missed his cocoon. And as a result, there's no gank right there, and no follow-up possible here from Faker.
That's a lucky Hippo. Lucky Hippo. Different than a hungry Hippo. You know, they should really combine the two and have the hungry Hippo games.
It already is a game, though.
I know, but
if you can't push the little button fast enough, you die.
10 Hippos, like in a game preserve, but they've got like access to a bunch of weapons and things, and the last Hippo standing wins.
I like it.
Hungry Hippo games. There we go. That would have been a lot more fun.
It's definitely a lot more fun than the Hungry Hippo, the actual game.
Well, that was fun. I enjoyed it back in the day.
Back in what day?
Well, like the early days, like preschool days.
Terrible game.
I remember enjoying it.
You have to teach your kids strategy early, Doa.
I was playing Hungry Hippo, and Monty was sitting there with like diodes strapped to his head playing chess against a supercomputer, apparently.
Well, otherwise your kids end up to be 80 carries. You know, that's what happens, Doa.
Hey, I ended up being a support. It's not always the truth. We played other games. Guger helps his EMFire teammates skate to safety, because I only assume that's why you go faster on ice. You just start sliding. You know?
I guess. Just strap on the ice skates.
Or just slide. You don't need ice skates to slide on ice.
That's very true. I've learned that because in Seoul, no one ever bothers to salt the sidewalks. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Gold card onto Hippo. A little bit of damage coming in. He has no flash right now. Grand challenge issued by Duke. Turret's not up right now, so I think this is going to be a dead Tom Kench. No escape this time. He's going to eat Duke, but Faker's just going to pop him right out of that Tom Kench. There we go. First blood going over to Faker.
He frees Duke from Catfish Prison.
I'll save you.
Well, not much to say about that. That was one very overextended Hippo in the top lane, and they had no control over mid, so with the use of the two teleports, one from Faker's ultimate and one from Duke, it was an extremely easy first blood.
He was an overly hungry Hippo.
You know, just getting greedy for that farm, and now Duke will start getting a big advantage, and with everyone falling back from EMFire, they're going to not only lose their top laner, but give up a free dragon as well.
Yep. Well, SKT, they're trying to get the dragon, but here comes
Soul. Oh, they didn't rend it right.
Away.
Oh,
nope.
my.
Oh, wow, they gave the dragon over to EMFire. Oh, bang. Whoa, Crush going in. They really want to make something out of this. I don't know if they can, though. Wolf's still in trouble. Goes in and headbutts Guger away. Slowed down, though. Pulled in by the Fate's call. You can't catch a support like that. Faker, meanwhile, nearly taking out Edge. SK Telecom pretty lucky that they didn't lose anyone there.
Wow, they lost that dragon, though. And we were just talking about Bang's record on Kalista and saying, wow, he's 16-1. He's definitely one of, if not the best Kalista player in the world. And I mean, making a mistake like that, he should know how much his Ren damage is at any given level. And so to make the error there and leave it, it wasn't just like 10 HP either. It was 230 HP when he Rended. And that was just a freebie for EMFire.
I mean, I think he just kind of got stressed. He was like, well, we just have to go for it now, but it didn't work out. SKT still with a decent little lead early on. But giving your opponent the first dragon probably isn't a good way to keep it.
That's okay. They still have Duke here, who is getting absolutely terrifying in the top side as he starts to really take a huge lead in terms of CS. And that's going to be enough to win them this game in the end. We all know what happens with Fiora in the late game. And with this kind of early advantage, Duke is probably just going to take over this game at this point.
Yep. Yeah, he's got a big lead over Hippo right now, and Hippo really having a hard time farming, doing Wraiths right now. Or I'm sorry, Raptors right now. They're not Wraiths anymore. It's been a little while.
They changed from Ghosts to Birds, Doa.
That's right. Ghosts to Birds. A natural transition.
Yeah, usually it's dinosaurs to birds is the evolution, but...
Or any living thing to a ghost. One of those two. But ghost to birds, I don't know, Ryan. I don't know how you can justify that in the lore.
Riot clearly has very interesting ideas about evolution on Summoner's Rift.
It's sort of like the Final Fantasy Spirits Within version of things, where maybe there was like a meteor with like ghost aliens that crashed on here.
I don't even remember the plot of that movie. I've seen it,
That's
but I don't remember the
it.
plot.
They were fighting these monsters, and then later on they figured out they were like the ghosts of aliens that were on this asteroid that crashed into Earth or whatever.
So it was like Scientology.
It's basically Scientology. It's true, yeah. It's true. No Xenu, though. Xenu optional. They didn't crash in a volcano either.
That's still pretty close, though.
I suppose. Whoa. Faker has to flash out that light binding. I don't know. That may have just barely missed him. But it was really close.
It was really close. And the follow-up there, too.
Yeah.
He would have instantly died from the burst from Italy.
Yeah, you can't criticize that flash. Definitely.
So better just to go ahead and use that.
Run, Raptor. Oh, Faker TPing in. They're going to try to go after Hippo. Hippo flashing over the wall. Faker, will he chase? He's trying. He's got Ghost, but he's not using it to pursue. Meanwhile, some action down in mid lane as Guger prevents Wolf from getting as quickly there as he wants to.
Top Catch ulted into the mid lane out of that, and they had no follow-up there. Duke and Faker really not coordinating very well, and now this siege comp from mFire really is going to get rolling.
Yeah, whoa, Blank taking a big amount of damage from the combo and the spear. If that would have hit, that would have been a kill. Operation Kill Blank has failed. mFire, though, with the next minion wave, may be able to do some damage to this turret. Man, that was close.
Yeah, and that's the power. The best Lux games that we've seen have been the ones where there's a follow-up burst, because she's usually not enough to kill somebody, even with a full combo, 100 to 0 them. So having that Nidalee and the Ezreal there to be the finisher and to provide the extra damage really is quite helpful. And mFire nearly picks up a kill there. They don't even get the mid-turret, though, in the end. And that means Faker's now back with his wave-clearing TF in the mid lane after a really failed gank in the top side. They didn't coordinate that very well, especially with Faker's flash being down. I think that really let that one go, as Hippo had to flash over the wall, but they'll have another shot at it.
Oh, teleport coming in for mFire to try to protect Guger and Soul. Hippo is there. Wolf slowed down a little bit, but Blank and Duke are coming up. There's Bang just in case he needs to pull him to safety. Which you can't right now. I guess that's on cooldown, but doesn't matter. He's fine either way.
Duke teleported first, and that's another time where Duke he made the first teleport work, but every other sort of global gank since then has not been so clean. And it's last season, in summer season, the one series that SK Telecom lost, they played 18 best of threes and they lost one to CJ Entis. And in that series, Faker played TF when they lost, and they were playing with a lot of globals. And I don't know what it is about SK Telecom's shot calling, but when they try and play with TF and like several globals, sometimes they look really uncoordinated. And that was with Marin too.
Well, you add into that they're using Blank and Duke this time, and Duke never known as being like the greatest TP player ever, to say the least. So it's a challenge. I mean, SK Telecom really seems to be pushing themselves here, but this should be an easy gank on the Hippo. Easy kill there.
More kills for Faker. Comes into the top side, and
occasionally Hippo just decides that he wants to give SK Telecom a kill. So
I mean, he has no wards.
I don't know why he's doing that.
He has literally 0 wards on the top side of the map. mFire has 1 ward in the river, and that is it. So he can't be walking out that far against a Fiora and a Twisted Fate.
Yeah, there is absolutely no other result that can come out of Hippo being up that far, aside from being killed. That's literally the only thing that can possibly happen.
That's the 3rd time they've tried to kill him, and they've been successful twice on those ganks. So fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me at this point. And Hippo just needs to stop walking into that lane. While Faker, if they can't see Faker, it's pretty easy. Hippo, here's a little flow chart for you. Can I see Faker? Yes, no. No? Don't walk into top lane by yourself. There you go.
Good idea. That is an easy flow chart. You're right. SK Telecom going for their dragon. We'll see if they can claim this one. Doesn't look like mFire can stop it, though. Nope. That's about it. And can Wolf zone long enough for them to get this blue buff? Actually going in with the headbutt pulverize on the mFire. They catch Googer with that cocoon. Whoa, Wolf taking a lot of damage. Blank does take the blue buff, but now they're chasing. Spooky Ghost slows down Wolf, and he may be in trouble. He ulted, nope, pulled in with the Fate's Call. Every time I think he's about to die, just Fate's Call away.
Callista is actually the bane of play-by-play casters.
Yep.
You know that, right?
Oh, I know.
The ultimate tease. See, you try and make it sound like it's a really tense moment, but it's an Alistar with ult up and a Callista with ult up. That Alistar's not dying.
The banes of play-by-play casters are Callista, Alt, and Chinese player names. It's basically both of it. Some European player names.
What, you don't like MLXG?
No, it's easier than some.
Faker actually completed his recall right there, in spite of the E from Lux coming in.
Good for him. The mFire trying to put some more pressure on this mid lane turret, and they should be able to get it this time. Yeah, they do. All right. So a turret lead goes to mFire.
Well, as it should be with this siege composition that they have chosen to play here against SK Telecom. They're finally getting some opportunities to group.
Whoa, that was... Blank, do you get the impression that Lux is on the other side of that wall?
I think he understands now.
Okay, yeah.
I mean,
didn't look like he got it at first, but now he gets it.
To SKT's credit, they have done a good job of dealing with mFire by focusing down this top catch, because it's been preventing mFire from actually grouping and taking down that mid turret for a very long time here. They finally get it. Impo has decided that since he can't see Faker and he doesn't have any wards at the top side, that he would like to not be next to the river. I think that's a good call, though. I like what Hippo's doing right now.
Do you? Do you like that he's not just randomly wandering up and dying?
I do. I do really like that.
It's a positive change for Hippo. I was going to say, if that keeps going much longer, we talk about the suffering of the Hippo.
Yeah, definitely. He's definitely an early front runner for this season's Long Panda Memorial Trophy.
That's true. And getting the Long Panda Memorial Trophy is not the end of your career at all, because Smeb was given that a few years ago. So if you can go from a Long Panda Memorial Trophy award winner to World's runner-up, that's
pretty good.
There's hope for everyone, is what I'm saying, you know? Hippo could go to Worlds in like
Except
a year
for
or
Long
two.
Panda. There's no hope for Long Panda.
Well, that's right. There's perpetually no hope for Long Panda. Oh well. And of course, Ryu is still dying to this day.
Well, no, we don't know where he is, because he's not going to be playing in the ULCS this week.
Guess so. Where's Ryu? Where in the world is Ryu?
I was going to say, are you going for a Where's Waldo or a Carmen Sandiego reference there, Noah?
A little bit of both.
Where's Waldo Sandiego would be really annoying game to play.
Well, yeah, because you'd have like a picture of the Earth, basically, and you'd have to, well, there's only 6 billion people here. Faker taking a lot of damage as he comes in. Wolf is there, though, and bang, nearly grabs that kill onto Soul. Cougar coming in, Faker exhausted, takes a ton of damage from the two-shot barrage. Hippo having to turn around at the last minute. Somehow Faker survived that, but here comes the rest of mFire. They're going to keep chasing, though. Flash from Bang. They're going to try to get all the summoners out, I guess.
Yeah, they're going to have to turn around. Wolf, there is no Fate's Call this time.
Flash from Wolf. Yep, Spear comes through. Wolf dodges it. And in the end, nobody going down.
Yeah, Hippo actually TP'd back to the mid lane turret, because that's where Duke was putting the pressure on. Duke looks like he canceled his TP and decided just to push the mid lane instead, but they don't actually get an objective from it.
Yep. Wow, that was something.
So yeah, they try to make a play onto that tier 2, overextend. They're not really punished for it. And mFire sent on the defensive again, but they're not setting up a very potent split push just yet. Duke doesn't have TP, but he can still get into a side lane and start pushing. They finally have Faker by himself in that top side.
And Faker with no summoners right now, so he is a little bit more vulnerable. He's going to have his ult back up soon.
Yeah, but they have to split up mFire right now. They can't just keep letting him group as 5. SKT, if they're going to win this game, they have to continue to push these waves forward, get vision. Uh-oh.
Whoa, Wolf taking some hits. Has no ult right now. Turns around, maybe they can finish him off. Wow, they just will.
That Cougar actually
I guess so.
popping his ultimate right there and finishing him off. A little bit of damage over time, and Alistair just a few seconds away from having that unbreakable will, but not soon enough.
Yep.
Faker's coming
Worked
in.
out. He's trying, looking for an angle here. Not really finding it.
Yeah, they haven't had the best coordination, and you think that Blank and Faker would be actually trying to gank the same places here just because they do have that Cocoon Gold card combo to lock people down, but they just haven't been really on the same page.
Blank and Faker sounds like the name of some sort of like doctor in the Marvel universe that's working on a serum to create super soldiers or something.
Blank and Faker.
Blank and Faker. Dr. Blank and Faker.
It's actually a great name.
Yep.
I was thinking it more like a 70s cop drama.
That too. Blank and Faker. He's a cop.
No, Blank and Faker.
Oh, Blank and Faker. They're cops. mFire going for their second dragon. And it looks like they're going to get it too. SK Telecom using the opportunity to try to push this mid lane, but I don't think it's going to be too successful. This has been just a really awkward game for SKT. I mean,
it's been awkward for everybody.
For me and you too.
This is like the junior high school of games, Noah.
Yeah, kinda. It is. You know, you're trying to like play and win the game, but really you're just sort of thinking about testing that new Magic the Gathering deck when you get home, you know?
Trying to impress that girl.
That's right. That sounds more like junior high to me. Trying to impress that girl with your new Magic the Gathering deck.
I can totally see you doing that, Noah.
Dude, my red deck wins in 4 turns.
Damn.
It's so fast. No, I'm just kidding. That never happened. I was a Star Wars CCG player.
He never talked to a girl.
Well, no, what? No.
You pick which part of that story didn't happen.
Well, the girls just weren't cool enough, man. That's just how it was.
So what, Minnesota girls not good enough for you now?
No, dude, I moved to Korea. I'm just kidding. I've really just, the more, see, the thing is, Monty knows, the more he gets me to say, the like more of a hole I'll dig myself into.
Just a matter of bait.
I'm aware of this. I can't help it.
I know, it's wonderful.
Duke's on the run. He's going to dodge that spear. Throws out the trap. A Crusher's moving around it. Nice trophy going down for Cougar. Duke pops the ultimate, but runs away. He's turning it around now. The rest of SKT trying to get there, but they're not actually going to come. Well, what were you doing in junior high, Monty?
Not much.
Yeah?
Not much.
Uh-huh. Oh, that was really boring.
Yeah, it was a boring time in my life.
Boring answer. Huh. Well, at least I was playing Magic together.
I actually was too.
Oh, okay. Well,
we were nerds together.
Okay. Wolf has to pop that ultimate, gets very, very low, turns around, gets a knock up on the Crush. Fate's Call pulls him to safety. Again, I just need a button that says Fate's Call pulls him to safety, and I can just hit that.
The DOA soundboard.
That's right. For a game like this, you can save the voice a little bit, you know?
The old face checking of Duke. It's so safe, and that's why one of the reasons that Callista Alistair is considered maybe the best lane in the game right now.
Maybe.
Is because with the limited vision that you have in this season, having a free face check is awfully nice. And, oh, it's a great engagement tool, and you can tower dive with it.
Yep.
Pretty catch-all at this point in time.
This is one of those games where I just look at it and I'm like, I don't really think this game is ever going to end. I don't really see
This is your purgatory, Noah.
I don't see how this game could ever actually finish with the way these teams are playing it.
You have to cast, an entire season of these games before you get into game heaven.
I guess so. I feel like I've already done a complete. Here's the scary thing though. Oh, Faker gets caught. That's kind of scary. Takes a big hit from that final spark, but it's just not quite enough. Crush looking for a spear, but way too late to land that one for the kill. I have this bad feeling, Monty, that Ziggs is going to come back into the meta.
Is it a growing sense of dread?
It is.
It's the bottom of your stomach.
It's like this impending sense of doom.
Well, Faker has to play it so he can get above 50% on Ziggs.
I guess. I mean, at least SKTS doesn't exist anymore.
Well, they still mostly exist.
Well, still though. Still, we don't have EasyHoon here to play Ziggs. I feel like if Faker plays Ziggs, he'll be aggressive enough that it won't be quite the 50-minute games that we got to enjoy a couple of years ago. But I'm worried. I don't know. There's been a lot of players hovering over Ziggs lately in Champion Select.
Now, Fly keeps threatening it. So.
I know. And if you think about it, really, I don't think it's the worst pick with the way certain teams decide to play right now.
Okay.
I mean, if you're playing a Siege comp like this, you know, couldn't Ziggs fit in where Lux is right now?
I mean, I think Lux is just a lot better at the moment, especially since you have that long-range CC that you can follow up on with some of these other popular poke champions right at the moment.
I suppose. See, I'm afraid that Riot's going to buff him. You know, they're going to give him like a little bit more damage on his Q or something, and then everybody's going to pick him.
You can start a petition. Don't buff Ziggs.
That's right. Just a preemptive petition. Like, we know you're thinking about it.
Well, we can go even further. Nerf Ziggs. Why not?
Yeah, nerf Ziggs, just in case. I think players hovering over him in Champ Select is enough that Ziggs needs a nerf. You know, recently Ziggs has been appearing too much in Champ Select, we feel, so in order to give other champions like, you know, Yorick a chance, let's nerf him.
Oh, Yorick.
We knew him well.
Knew him. There is actually no well in that quote.
Oh.
Yep.
Okay.
I do him Horatio. It's the actual quote.
I know
it's
that.
a popular misquote from Hamlet.
I was just trying to connect with the majority of our viewers. Oh, Wolf goes in. They really want to get this turret. Bang gets exhausted. Faker coming from the side. Takes some damage. Deals some to crush. Hippo TPs to the turret. Right before it goes down, Faker dies to Edge, and now mFire coming in.
Wow, that was a really good Fates call. Bang just spamming that right as Wolf came out of Hippo's gut right there.
Nice.
Now they're going to come forward. Bang.
Oh boy, Bang has to flash away. Was slowed by the pillar, but it looks like they'll be able to get away.
However, mFire has really pursued this, and they're going to try and collapse onto the Dragon. Duke shoves another minion wave in. Duke did not come in with the TP, and this is what I'm talking about with Faker's TF. Sometimes he just overextends on some of these ganks, and I've seen him play TF like this a lot previously, and he just tries to get in between the turrets there, and that's going to lead to a third Dragon from mFire, and sure, they get the mid lane turret, which is very important for them in their split push, because now they can at least push up the mid lane and ward both sides of the jungle, so Faker and Duke can have a little bit more pressure on the tier 2, so it could pay off here. It could pay off. But still.
I suppose. Is still a bit of a sloppy game overall, though.
Definitely is.
Yeah.
You know, normally you don't say that a game has been sloppy when it has so few kills, but this one has been, I mean, both of SK Telecom's kills coming off of some pretty
Faker
big misplays. Uh-oh.
Yeah, Fate's call. They're going to make a play on Guga here. There's a knockup. They hit him with the cocoon, too, so that's an easy kill. Crush flashing away.
Uh-oh. TP.
Yep, Duke is here, and he's all over Edge right now. That Lux with not a lot of defense. Whoa, nice flashlight binding to get Duke. That was the only thing Edge could have done to survive, and he was able to hit it.
And now the question is, are they going to try and bait this Baron? Soul and Crush have a lot of poke that they could offer at the pit, but there's a lot of damage here, and of course the Callista will make this quite easy, and they're just going to go into the pit and probably see if they decide to start this or not. Guga still has not respawned. It may just bait. Nope, they're going to try it.
All right, well, two-shot barrage goes through, takes a little bit of a chunk out of some of the SKT members. They're still on that Baron for the moment. Here comes Edge. Edge has that final spark. It's still dangerous. Wolf trying to zone. Baron does get taken by SK Telecom, and now the disengage happens. They're going to go through this choke, and Edge does not catch Blank. I thought maybe he tried to go for an ult when everyone goes through the choke, but didn't end up working out. They're turning on the Hippo right now. Got to be careful. Soul comes in for some big damage onto Faker. Edge gets jumped on in the back, and Duke picks up a kill there, and SKT has the mFire right where they want him. Double kill for Bang, and Faker with the ultimate going to catch Guga, and Soul the last man standing, and looks like he'll probably get away.
Yeah, and that was just a great turn by SK Telecom. They realized that mFire had overextended, and so Duke had the opportunity to flank, and Duke was still at full HP.
Yeah.
They also managed to catch 3 members of mFire in the choke with this Alistair, so they were able to get the big knock-up, which allowed Bang to put a lot of the spears down. However, on that Baron again, they missed the Rend one more time. They left the Baron with about 100 HP, so Bang actually really not on his objective securing game on Kalista, which is very weird. We usually see him much more precise.
Yeah. And SK Telecom, I mean, this is what they do. They take that one team fight and they turn it into multiple objectives. And now a pretty big lead for SKT. Let's watch that again.
Yeah, Hippo comes in. Look at this play right here, because watch Wolf flashes in with the headbutt pull and then hits the perfect knock-up to turn this fight around. Meanwhile, Blanket Duke just doing work onto the back line. Great TP from Faker to help clean up Cougar right here. And then they're going to come through and try and get Soul, but instead just turn onto the mid inhibitor, take that down. They get a tier 2 in the bottom lane also. And with that, they have a 9,000 gold lead.
Well, Faker's gonna catch Cougar again. A lot of damage onto that Trundle, gets healed by the Nidalee. And it looks like that'll be it. But Faker's kind of going into the, I'm gonna use my ult every cooldown and try to gank someone mode.
Yeah, he has a lot of opportunities. He doesn't have to be too careful with it right now. He does have a Zhonya's Hourglass if he wants to go in. He can buy his team a lot of time for that engage, and now they're going to sweep through the jungle, and they're going to try and use the face call.
Oh, Wolf over the wall decided he wanted to go for it anyway. That was a bit of an awkward face call. Wolf taking a bit of damage on the final spark. Oh, gets trapped there by the pillar. Makes it out. Alistar is a bit large. So they get the ult out of Wolf.
Pops over the wall with a headbutt right there.
Yeah.
Try and finish that up, considering the Fate's call came up just a little bit short. Push him off the blue buff. And they are going to secure that in their favor. Everybody back home right now, so probably just going to hold out here for this next Dragon. Duke's TP while they wait for that to come up. It's going to be cautiously pushing into the top side.
So, if SK Telecom wins the game, who would your MVP be? It's a tough one, I think.
Yeah,
I would say maybe Duke, honestly.
Maybe. He's had some weird teleports this game, though, so...
Yeah, I mean, everyone's kind of been a little bit off, but Duke's been very good at getting in the back lines in these recent team fights and helping SKT a lot there. So by merit of that, I would maybe give it to Duke at this point.
Yeah, he also has been putting on the split push pressure. We'll see how this game ends up. He is basically unstoppable now. You can see that Cougar and Hippo have really no desire to be anywhere near that turret, especially with Bang and Wolf coming up there to join them. Faker back, recalling once again, has grabbed his Void Staff now, so has a 6-item TF, waiting and ready to port.
That's right. Dragging up in 20 seconds. We'll see if SK Telecom decides to take that. I think it would be a pretty good idea. But, I mean, with mFire bottled up in their base right now, the vision is great from SKT. Unless there's some sort of catastrophically bad team fight for SK Telecom, it looks pretty unlikely that mFire is going to be able to come back at this point.
Yeah, and like you said, the Dragon is up right now, and that'll be Elise and Kalista headed down there. No real option for mFire to take it. We could just see SKT wait for another Baron before they really commit to closing this game out, but Duke and Faker are there, and there's not really an answer to the split push from the mFire, so Soul going to walk up, see if he can get some damage down. They're not going to do a whole lot.
Yeah. Just going to push into the base for the moment, get that minion wave going. And eventually they're going to whittle away at this top turret too, you know?
I mean, SK Telecom too, they have an opportunity to really go hard here, because even if they lose a team fight, they there's no other objective really to be taken.
Yeah. And look at this, like nobody's stopping him. Faker just takes out that bottom turret and just autos Hippo, throws a couple abilities at him, because why not?
He's doing a lot of damage right now, as
Yes,
you
he
can
is.
see. Tom Kench, not really a match. He's just going to go for the inhibitor itself right now. Very easily taken with that Lich Bane. Goodbye, inhibitor.
Yeah, no opposition at all from the mFire after Hippo had to go back.
Yeah, great execution of this split push by SKT.
Yep, finally bringing it together here in the late game. Duke's already in the base, hanging out. Gets hit by the spooky ghost, needs to be careful. feel like they could just dive and kill that turret while Faker and Duke harass the bottom side.
Well, they have to do something to protect their Nexus turrets right now, and it's only really the Tom Kench that's able to help. They're putting a lot of resources into this final inhibitor. Meanwhile, those Nexus turrets have super minions on them, and Faker used Ghost and his spooky ghosts. Not at all the same thing.
Double Ghost.
Yeah, double Ghost.
Ghost, and no, it's Frost Queen's claim, man.
Whatever.
Why it has Ghost in it, you don't need to know. Not important.
Yeah, the Frost Queen loves Ghosts, I guess.
Guess so. The mFire chasing SK Telecom away, and there's the exhaust onto Duke. Can they actually catch him? Blank coming in from the side. Duke has to flash. The mFire, this is their only chance. They need to win a team fight massively now, or it is over, and they don't, so I guess it's over.
Well, they got their mid inhibitor back up, and they didn't lose the one in top lane. They did manage to push SKT back with only one inhib down, but this Baron coming up in 20 seconds, the mFire is pretty much going to have to fight that if they want to have a chance of winning this game.
Right. And I feel like if mFire try to go for some sort of big team fight, we're just going to see, you know, what happened in every other big team fight where Duke finds a way to come from the flank and just destroys the back line.
Yeah, he's looking for that GA more than likely to round out his build. Certainly has enough damage.
Yep.
And they don't even care about the big board that's in the mid right now. Faker will be one dedicated to taking that out, saving his actually stacked deck procs for the Baron. It's pretty neat little thought there.
Oh, Faker taking some hits. True Shot Barrage doesn't do a whole lot. And again, like we said, here comes Duke from the side, but he gets locked up, has to escape. Flash from Cougar, taking him out of fight. Faker goes in the back. There's a Zonia's nice engage by Faker, but he's going to get caught and taken out. A kill on each side right now as Duke chases down Cougar. Wow, Cougar just barely got away because of the pillar. And SKT, what are they going to do now? I feel like you can turn, but
poke damage is too much, so they can't really do this Baron.
Yeah.
And try and clear out some wards, but they're too low of that happening. You see the laser firing over the side of the Baron, but they pretty much just have to wait for Faker to get back up at this point and try and stagger their recalls. Trundle has been sent back to base. They did lose one of their Nexus turrets as a result of that fight, so still a nice win there for SK Telecom.
They'll take it. No need to overextend at this point.
And Faker tried that engage, but they have to be very careful because mFire has so much disengage. They have the Trundle Pillar, they have all that CC coming from Lux, they have dashes on Nidalee and Ezreal, so even with the Zonia's Hourglass and the gold card, he just wasn't able to lock them up for long enough in that one.
Yep. Well, SKT forced back for the moment, but you'd imagine they're probably just going to go and bait the Baron again soon.
Yeah, this is pretty much just going to be recurrent now, the split pushing. And take Lux on a magic ride.
Oh, where'd he go? There he is.
Into the brush.
Right into the cocoon. Ew. Poor Lux. I mean, you go right from being inside Tom Kench to being covered in, like, spider webs. That is a disgusting series of events for Lux there.
I mean, how does Tom Kench even convince these other champions to go inside him? Like, who thinks that's a good idea?
You'll be fine, don't worry. Okay, sure, you seem like a trustworthy guy, Tom. Yeah, I'm not too concerned. Baron taken by SK Telecom, and Wolf, Fate's called in. Are they going to throw him back into the fight? He doesn't have his ult. He used it right before the Fate's call, actually. There we go. Now he's back in there. Crush destroyed. Lux Laser does a little bit of damage, but not much. Blank tries to be a hero, ends up being a zero. And mFire actually starting to turn this one around a little bit. Oh boy, Bang on his own in the 1v3. That's not where Kalista wants to be, and that's going to be 3 kills already.
Here comes Duke into the Nexus.
Yep, he's going to try to go for the split push, and he's taking out those turrets so fast. There goes Nexus turret number 1, and he's going to be satisfied with that.
So I got your Nexus turret. Yep. Well, a very sloppy fight there as Faker actually TP'd out of that fight to go kill Hippo in their own jungle once he realized things were going quite badly for his team.
This game. We've really gone full solo queue, haven't we?
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
When Faker's like, forget this, you're all dead. I'm just going to go get myself a kill.
Got to take out the top catch. Bye, guys.
Yep, that's right. Well, it looks like SKT is at least in position to try for another dragon. Setting up the catch. Faker and Duke want to take out Cougar, and they will do it pretty quickly. Ooh, light binding doesn't help. Cougar, nope, not quite enough. But maybe he could get away there.
Yeah, those dashes from Fiora, she has them up so often. They're going to try and make a play. Soul,
you are a brave, brave AD carry. But yes, uses flash in the end. Faker comes in the 1v3. He's on a fight, turns onto Edge for the insta-kill, and Faker taken out by Crush. But Duke all over Soul. This game, guys, I don't know. Oh, Duke.
Blank is trying to catch up.
I got this. I'll save you. Oh, no.
Well, the inhibitors are back up now.
This is one of the.
You can see they're just all laughing.
This is one of the probably lowest skill level games of League I've ever seen in Korea. I'm not gonna lie.
This is
So you know, people. I don't know if you've noticed this over years, Monty, but people accuse us of always saying only good things about the Korean League of Legends in their games.
No. This game is terrible.
For the record, we have not always said good things, and this game is definitely a good example of the fact that, yes, you can have terrible games in Champions. It's possible. As Blank finds a new and unique way to die, and mFire's going to get their 4th dragon, I guess.
I don't know why they would even try to do that right now. They only had 3 people up, and they knew that there were 4 people on the map for mFire. And with their inhibitors up too, they were definitely not in their base trying to defend.
Everyone on mFire is just laughing right now. They're like, is this the team that won Worlds? No, it's not. That's your answer.
Zero coordination from SKT this game. They actually look good at the split push for a very brief window of time.
Hey man, I'm really glad we're getting to sit in on SKT and the mFire scrims today. It's cool to see. It's cool to see a less serious game of League of Legends every once in a while. You know, players just having fun.
Dynamic Q has really changed the way the professional scene works, though.
It really is. This is on the live server right now. You know, we're not even doing the tournament realm. This is just a Dynamic Q game that happened to pop up right when the broadcast started. You can tell because it's not SKT's full roster.
If you told me that, I would totally believe you.
I know, right? I don't know. I'm just looking forward to the awesome display of skill that will be Longzhu versus Africa Freaks later today.
Yeah, definitely. If you guys are curious about what pro scrims look like, the answer is exactly this game. This is exactly what professional scrims look like.
Yep. It's not the most serious of affairs, you know? So when some pro says, well, we've been doing really well in scrims, guys, so really I think we're going to win everything, don't believe them.
Yeah, do not believe them.
It has nothing to do with how they are in tournaments. Because this is what you're missing. Right here. Uh-oh. Oh, Faker. Gold card onto Hippo. Cougar and Hippo, the low damage duo. Can they do it? Nope, they can't. Oh, hi, Wolf. Fate's calling in. Meanwhile, Duke decides he's going to go for another inhibitor.
Well, they just can't stop Duke. If they just keep doing this, I mean, SKT will win this game. This is all they have to do is put the split push pressure on. They have literally no turrets left.
That's the thing, is that SK Telecom will win this game eventually, but nobody's really going to be proud of them. I feel like, yeah, I guess you did. Good job. It is a silly series. Take a bite out of Duke. Duke's like, you. Those girls, Faker, Alding. What is he doing? Faker? Faker, no! No, Faker, no! Now your team is fighting 4v5. Trusha Barrage comes through. They're going to jump all over SKT. Duke trying to get the backlines onto Soul. Gets a bit low for it. And doesn't really find the angle they're looking for. I don't think SKT can break the base. Oh, big engage by Duke. Nice knock up there, or rather by Wolf. Everything is being done by Duke now. Cougar getting low, Blank going for the execute. Lux Laser comes through, hits Wolf. Wolf with another 3-man pulverize. Oh, there's a kill. Bang got one in the end, but Crush comes in for one of his own. There's a
Duke just killed the Nexus,
Bang trying to get away. He's trying. There's Nexus going down, guys. Triple kill for Bang. And there we go. It's finally over. Quadra kill. Duke's like, you denied me the penta. Oh. Well, I don't know if anyone really won that game, but in the end, SKT did kill the Nexus. So there you go.
Well, that game was interesting.
Oh, wow.
See it on SKT's faces right there. They do not look very happy with the way they played. Faker tried for the extra special backdoor at the end. Man. It wasn't even a backdoor. I mean, EMFire was literally right at their base. You could see EMFire had a great time.
Seriously. They're like, wow, thanks for having some fun with us, SKT. I bet Coma's real proud of his boys now.
I want to see Coma's face when he gets in the booth.
I know, right? He doesn't come in the booth, he just like breaks through the wall and he's like big and green and his tuxedo is ripped in like 3 places. Jeez. He's like, yeah, you're all out, you're all out. I'm bringing in them. mFire's the new SKT now. You, over there, blank. Why'd you miss every single cocoon?
They're going to put Scout in now.
Yep. He's like, I don't know what to do, guys. We won Worlds and now this, really? The pain of Coma. He's like, I guess I should have played Bengi in that last series in Game 3. I'm sorry I've created this team atmosphere. I can read lips. This is what he's saying.
At least it was a fun game, Noah.
He facepalmed. He actually facepalmed. You just saw that. That game made Coma facepalm, and it should have.
And that is how a new GIF has been born.
That's
Noah.
right. I hope so.
This is the birth of a meme. You're witnessing it. It's beautiful.
Coma facepalm, yeah. Yep. Blank's like, don't care, got win. Well, when we come back, game 2 of SKT versus mFire.